Well, their fans have had plenty to say across social media in the build-up to the big showdown on Saturday, September the 10th at the famous Epsom Downs racecourse in Surrey. But tonight, on the next edition of Road to Glory, I'm here at the Kettles and Bruce Gym in Horton Kirby to speak to Harvey Vancliff and find out his thoughts on the impending battle against Salvyn SK Kisitu. Well, Harvey, I mean, on social media, if the build-up to this fight, not I would say between you and Salvyn Kisitu, but between your fans and the banter that's been going back and forth, if the fight is half as good as the pre-fight build-up, I know we're in for an exciting fight. But first and foremost, it's obviously back in May, you made your Quest Boxing League debut, a fantastic performance against Charlie Harford. But up next, you've been sort of you've been projected into the limelight. You're fighting for the novice middleweight title against Salvyn SK Kisitu. So how have you been since the last fight?
Yeah, not too bad. Just was ticking over in the gym a little bit after the last fight. Me personally, I weren't too happy with my performance on the last one. But yeah, just stayed in the gym as much as I can. Had a little holiday in between, so yeah. Not too much, not too much.
Yeah. You say you weren't happy with your performance. I mean, I was obviously there ringside, I was watching the fight, and I know that I spoke to your coach, David Clark, afterwards, and I said, you know, towards the end, it was a really tough competitive fight. It was a great fight to watch from ringside, especially when considering that it was only your second ever fight, and also Charlie Harford's second ever fight, but the actual levels of both of you in that ring, and the way the fight played out was, it was a fantastic fight. It looked well beyond your record suggested, but in that last round your movement was fantastic. You were moving off, you were creating angles, you were sort of frustrating him, and it was a really polished performance. But you said there that you weren't too happy. So what elements of the fight you felt didn't go the way you wanted them?
I'm hot on tough on myself, so I just want, me personally looking back at it, I'm always gonna like be my biggest hypocrite. So just, I want the best for myself, and I know where I want to go, and I know what I've got to do that. So,
I mean, in terms of like if you were sort of scoring yourself on a 1 to 10, knowing your own capabilities, your own sort of the performance you wanted to give, I mean, where would you score that?
On the night, I always give it my best. So I give it a 10 every time. I'm not coming up, and I know that I'm going to turn up every single time. But it's just whether what comes off on the night comes off. So I put the work in, and I'm there for the scrap. So.
Sounds good, sounds good. Well, like I say, the next fight, it's a massive, massive showdown. Like I say, it's only your second fight in the competition, but you're fighting for the novice middleweight title against Salvyn SK Kisitu, who has come into the competition. He's had 3 fights, 3 wins, so he's a little bit more experienced in terms of what he's done in Quest. But, you know, when you got the call, when you spoke to obviously your coach Dave and the fight was put to you, sort of first thing you thought?
Bring it on straight away. I love it. I love it. I'm never going to back down to a challenge either. So that's what I'm here for, to push myself. And yeah, I'm still young as well. So I know I'm only going to learn. I'm only going to learn from this, and I'm bringing it. So
he's bringing it. Well, like I say, I know your coach Dave for a very, very long time. The fighters that he brings, the fighters that he trains, always turn up to fight. Always sort of, you know, are there on the night and put in great performances. But let's kind of look, maybe sort of, we'll come back and focus on yourself and how your training and how your preparation's been going. But the man standing in the opposite corner of the night, Salvyn Kisitu, what do you know of him? What have you seen? And, you know, your initial kind of thoughts on the man that is going to be challenging you?
I know he's going to be game. I know he's going to turn up. I know he's going to be fit. But personally, I think he's only got power. He's only bringing power, and that's it. That's all that's going to faze me. And I've had a lot harder in the gym, so he's got to bring more than that to beat me.
Yeah, I mean, we saw last time out, Kisitu's last performance, he stopped Ronnie Washington Gunn on the 25th of June at the Brentwood Centre. But, you know, give him his dues. Like you say, he comes, he throws big shots. I mean, in his debut in the competition against Lewis Brooks, I mean, he put Brooks down in the sort of the final round. But, you know, for you and what he brings, other than the power, threats, you know, potential sort of banana skins in this fight, what do you think he brings?
He's fit. He's gonna be there the whole fight. I know that. He's not gonna back away. Strength and power, fitness. That's it for me. That's all I'm worried about. So, and I know that if I put the work in, it's there, which I've been doing. So
I mean, I can see when I turned up here, I know you'd sort of been sort of getting the rounds in with some of your stablemates who are also in the competition. You've got Dexter Houghton, who he's on the next show on the 17th of September, challenging for the national lightweight title. Obviously, you had Nay Scott, and I know that the gym, you've got an awful lot of other fighters. So, do you think the type of sparring, I've seen this type of sparring you do here, but do you think the training in here and the preparation will be as hard or equally as hard as the fight?
Battles every weekend, every weekend we're battling, so it's no different. As I say, nothing I've had in the gym is what I'm not going to have in the ring. So we've got animals down here, as you just said, with Nay, Dexter, all the boys that are fighting. Everyone's game, so yeah.
Have you found camp, because obviously there's you prepare, you're training hard for a fight, but with the title on the line, has the training felt kind of any different? I mean, talk us through, let us know a little bit about what your sort of preparation involves.
Yeah, of course, the title brings more, it gives me more motivation, knowing I've got a more game opponent in front of me. That also gives me more motivation. That I know what he's going to bring. I'm not sitting there and say that, do you know what I mean? I'm going to be able to walk through him. I know it's going to be tough. And with the belt on the line, that adds more excitement, and all that does is fuel me to work harder. So.
And fight camp wise, obviously we've got a sort of a few more weeks to go until fight night, but fighters will always say, it's been a great camp. I'm really happy. I mean, every fighter goes through injuries, niggles. There's always those sort of those things outside of the sort of the ring that sort of get in the way of the fight. But mentally, physically at this stage, I mean, how's prep gone? Yeah,
good. Yeah, everyone has good days, bad days, but it's how you come back every single day. Keep going, that's it. All you can do is put the work in yourself and you get that back out. So I feel good, I feel ready, and we're just going to keep going until that day comes.
No, well, I know it's going to be a great fight. I mean, I've looked at this fight, I've watched your previous performance against Harford, I've watched some of Kisitu's performances from his debut through to his last performance. So like you say, he's strong, he's aggressive, he's game. He definitely doesn't hold back on his shots, and from your style and the way that you performed in your last fight against Harford, those slick skills, angles, it's an intriguing fight. But when it all comes down to it, I suppose like any fight, it's who wants it the most, who's prepared to, put everything on that line and sort of for the title. So would you say that, without being cocky or big-headed, does the best Harvey Vancliff beat the best Salvyn Kisitu?
Me personally, I believe so, all day. And that's no disrespect to him. I know what he's got, I know his game, but it's not enough. He might have the power, but as I said, technically, it's just not there. Not better than me.
Well, like I say, it's one of the fights, even though it's for the novice middleweight title, it's a fight that, as soon as this fight was made, I was excited about, because I've seen what both of you bring, and it's that classic kind of, I suppose you can call it fighter versus boxer, however you want to sort of play, whatever sort of narrative you want to put to this fight. I know that come fight night, it is going to be an absolutely spectacular fight for the fans to watch. And like I say, the fans have already laced the gloves on both sides. They've already thrown punches. They've already sort of said that, what's going to happen. But ultimately, it's Salvyn Kisitu who has to put the gloves on, who has to take the punishment. So you'll give the fans the answers on Saturday, September the 10th.
I'm sure we'll both give them something to cheer about, so it's good.
It'll be a great fight. Well, listen, Harvey, I'll let you get back to your preparations. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And as I say, we're here at the Kettles and Bruce Gym in Horton Kirby. Harvey Vancliff, he will be taking on Salvyn SK Kisitu on Saturday, September the 10th. It's the Epsom Downs Racecourse in Surrey, and this is a fight you do not want to miss.